This story happened back in 1949 with Ted Snow. That year, he returned home from the war, but the long-awaited event did not bring happiness. In those days, all over the country, you could meet the soldiers like Ted, hitchhiking on the highways. They were in a hurry to get home and see their families. But for Ted, the joy of meeting his family was clouded by grief. His mother Gladys was hospitalized due to kidney disease. Although she received the necessary medical treatment, she needed an immediate blood transfusion. The doctor, with a dejected look, came out to Ted, spread his arms, and said, "She will not be able to live until morning without a blood transfusion." But it was not easy to help Gladys. She had a rare blood type, the third with a negative Rh. There were no blood banks in the late 40s, and no special services to deliver it. Everyone who was willing to help, relatives, acquaintances, and neighbors, were invited. The nurse took blood to determine the group, but alas, there was no need. There was no hope. Ted's mom was dying the moment he got back to her. Everything could have ended very badly if not for a lucky chance. Ted got in his car with tears and drove home from the hospital to bring his relatives that they could say goodbye to his mother. Tears filled his eyes, and his heart was bursting with grief when he drove onto the track. At the side of the road, he saw a hitchhiking soldier. Ted was grief-stricken. He really wanted to get past it, and he was going to get over it. But he was a soldier, and just yesterday, he was standing on the road waiting to hitch a ride. A sense of solidarity made Ted pull the brake and invite a stranger into the car. They were driving silently for a while. However, the soldier noticed tears in Ted's eyes. He wondered, "What grief, brother, happened to you? Maybe I can help you?" With a lump in his throat, Ted told a stranger about his mother's illness. Stuttering, he said, "The only thing that will save her is a blood transfusion, but all attempts to find a donor with a third blood type and a negative rhesus factor have been in vain." Ted wiped tears from his cheeks when a fellow traveler silently took out a soldier's medallion from his bosom and handed it to him to look. The medallion said blood type 3 negative. A few seconds later, Ted's car was already rushing back to the hospital. The transfusion was done quickly, and Ted watched with bated breath how his mother was getting better. Gladys recovered and lived another 47 years. No one in Ted's family was ever able to find out the name of the soldier. Ted is still wondering if it was an ordinary soldier or an angel in military uniform. Sometimes we are not even aware of how sometimes fate can act supernaturally in our lives.